Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. If you can't tell by the title, today's video is going to be 10 things you need to know before college. 2 disclaimers before we start. The first one is that I did create this list of things you need to know, but on my own. I didn't get any of this from an article or from another YouTube video. That being said, yes, there might be articles and YouTube videos with similar, if not the same things in their list. That's not because I got my ideas from anyone else, that's just because they're just common things people end up realizing about school. The second disclaimer is that not all of these may apply to you. Yes, they are very common to a lot of people I know, but if you go to a larger college or university, your experience will definitely differ from mine because I go to a smaller school. So a couple of these might not 100% apply to you if you are going to a larger school. Alright, now let's get into our video. Alright, the first thing you need to know before getting into college, I can't stress this enough, save your graduation money. You will need it. It's a nice cushion to have. You'll need it for like laundry, food, transportation. You never know what you're going to need it for, so it's best to have it than to not have it. I know that might be a little late for a lot of you considering the fact that it's already August. Sorry, maybe for the people that are going into college next year, you can take that tip with you. All right, the second thing that you need to know before you go to college, wait to buy your textbooks. Wait until after your first day of class at least. You won't always need the textbooks that they say are required. See how it feels. If it feels like you'll need it, definitely get it, of course. But if it doesn't feel like you're going to need it, don't get it until at least you know that you're going to need it, because it could be a waste of money. Alright, the third thing you need to know before going to college is that the freshman 15 is real, but it doesn't have to be. It is avoidable. It is so easy just to pick up the yummy stuff that is already made for you in your dining hall, or go out to eat with your friends. There's no parents telling you to eat your vegetables, and there's nobody forcing you to go exercise, and you can get lazy. There's elevators in dorms now, and it's so easy to put on that weight, but it doesn't have to be. You can go out of your way and get the healthy food, to go to the gym, to take the stairs instead of the elevator. It is avoidable, but definitely keep your eye out for that because I've seen it happen. All right, the fourth thing is that your roommate, whether you picked them or you were assigned to them, they might not always end up being your best friend. I know going in, you're like, oh, my roommate's gonna be my BFF, I can't wait for her. You're looking online, like stalking all of her social medias, and you're like, oh my god, she's totally my best friend type, or she's so like me, but it might not end up being the case, and it might. I'm not saying it's not going to, but in my experience, and I've heard of other people's experiences, that you kind of just meet other people and you get into other groups, or they're in sports and you're not, so you just have different friend groups and you kind of drift apart, or maybe the living situation doesn't work out the way you think it's going to and you get a different roommate the next year. It's not a big deal, it's not the end of the world. Just know it's possible that your roommate your freshman year will not be your roommate your senior year, or your best friend your sophomore year, but that's totally okay. All right, the fifth thing is that you might want to consider not bringing your entire wardrobe. There's definitely a lot less space in college dorms than there is at your own house. I don't know about like bigger schools, how much space they give you, but for my school, we had a couple of drawers and like a wardrobe. So we couldn't have too much stuff. So what I would recommend you do, unless you are way too far away from home and you need to bring all your stuff, I would recommend when you first go in, just bring in like your warm weather clothes and maybe a couple like cooler weather like for the fall, but don't bring like your sweaters, don't bring like your jackets and coats and stuff like that for winter. Wait until like winter break or fall break to go back and get that stuff and return your shorts so that it's not too crowded in your room. All right, number 6 is that you might fail, but it's okay. I've heard so many cases of where students that got straight A's in high school came into college and completely flunked a test, and it freaked them out. I wasn't straight A student in high school, but I did pretty well. Like I got A's and B's and maybe a C or here and there. First semester of college was fine for me. I had only 3 classes and I was really enjoying them. It was all fine and dandy. I got good grades and everything. Second semester came around. I felt like I needed to make up for only taking 3 classes, so I took 5, which at my school is 20 credits. So I was doing 20 credits last semester, and I really think I bit off more than I could chew because I very much struggled. The classes I took were more serious than the ones I took first semester. I was taking economy. That one was living hell for me. I struggled so hard and I failed a test. And since I realized I had to focus more on that class because I struggled in that class, that kind of took away my attention from my other classes like accounting. I did really good in accounting my first semester, but second semester I feel like my attention wasn't there as much as it was first semester because I was focusing so much on econ. So my grades started to drop in that class, and once I realized that my grades were slipping in a couple classes, I freaked out. And I've never been in that sort of situation, and I've never had that much stress before because high school was kind of easy for me. So I wasn't quite sure how to deal with it, and it just plummeted and it just kept getting worse and worse. It was horrible, but it's okay. You live and you learn, and next semester will be so much better. I know how to cope with that stress, and I know how to study better now, and I know what tools and resources I can use to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So it's okay. All right, this one might not apply to all of you. I go to a small school and I realize that word spreads fast in small schools. If you do something that you kind of don't want people to know about, or you accidentally do, maybe you're at a party and you're drinking and you do something stupid, and yeah, just everybody will find out. Just don't do stupid things if you're at a small school because people will know. All right, number 8, again, might not apply to everyone because I don't know how this is in larger schools, but for smaller schools at least, I've realized that high school type drama is not over. It's still very cliquey. I was so ready to get away from all that high school crap. You don't really run away from it. It's not as bad as it usually is in high school, but it doesn't 100% go away. So just keep that in mind. Don't get your hopes up too high. All right, the 9th thing is that you will get sick a lot. You, in high school, you can choose to like not show up to school because you're sick. And like you can still do that in college, but like classes are harder and you'll miss a lot if you skip a day. So you feel more tempted to go even if you are sick. And even if you don't go to class, if you live on campus, you're still around all those people. Like you're not like staying away from everyone and making sure you're not getting people sick. You live with all these people. You will get sick and it spreads fast. So bring Dayquil, NyQuil, Advil, cough drops, anything and everything you need to bring it because you will get sick multiple times and it will feel like you're just always sick. Okay, wow, we're already on number 10. The last thing that I have to say, get involved. Be involved in college. Make it worthwhile. Like, enjoy it. Find something that you like and be a part of it. Whether it's sports, clubs, Greek life. I'm in Greek life because I was never involved in high school. Never. And I realized I felt like I didn't get to enjoy high school. Like I just was like there just for school and I would go home. Like I never really had a group of people that I got to do fun things with that we enjoyed. I wasn't a part of any club or sport or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get involved with something in college. But if you've never been a part of a sport, it's kind of hard to get into a sport in college because, you know, it's more legit this time. So I still don't feel like I could get into a sport even if I wanted to. I don't feel the need to. I've never been sporty. So then I was like, maybe I can join a club. There's a lot of cute clubs at my school and I think I will join one. I haven't yet. There's one called the Happiness Club There's little things you can find. There's a club for anyone. Like, no matter who you are, there is a club for you. I guarantee it. So you can be a part of that if sports aren't your thing, or if music's not your thing, or art's not your thing, and you can't find like something like that. There's little clubs. There's clubs you can join with people like you, and you can do stuff that you enjoy. If you're not into clubs, if you feel like that's not your scene, you can always join Greek life. That is what I did, and it was the best decision I've made so far in college. And I don't want you to think that it's the stereotype sorority girl kind of thing. It's not like that. We don't party and drink all the time. Actually, I only went to 2 parties with my sorority the entire last semester. We only went to 2 parties. They're very focused on community service and school. It's just a lot of girls that want to be friends, that try to encourage each other to do better. And you do some fun stuff along the way. And you meet your bridesmaids and your best friends for life. And I'm making it sound like rainbows and butterflies, and it's not always rainbows and butterflies, but it's not the stereotype. You don't have to think of yourself as a sorority girl to become a sorority girl. That's just my stance on it. I think people can benefit from it even if you don't think you belong in it. Alright, well that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and keep your eye out for any more videos. Mwah!